Tifu by driving 13 hours to surprise my GF. So this all happened this morning, but some backstory first. I grew up in Kentucky and would spend summers in Minnesota with a parent. One summer I met her and clicked instantly. We were 12. We started dating at 13, but life would always take me back to Kentucky, so it has always been a off and on thing. Skipping over all the times we have enjoyed together in the past 20 years, we have never ended things poorly and always remained friends. In the past year and a half my life has completely flipped. I finished a huge milestone in my career that allows me to work essentially where and when I want. I cut ties with a relationship and sold my house and lost my father to cancer. After all this we start talking daily again and getting close, so I took a job call in Minnesota and we spend all of our free time together. Things were going well and we had been talking about building a life together, with her saying that's all she has ever wanted, and it finally makes sense for both of us. Last month I took a job call out of town and we continue to talk daily. I have been going on an annual family fishing trip since I was a kid that happens this coming weekend, and yesterday was my aunt's 60th birthday, so I decided to take the week off and drove to Kentucky for her birthday party. I have a few days to spare between the party and the trip, so after the party I drove 13 hours straight to Minnesota to surprise her before work. When I finally arrive completely exhausted, I walk into her bedroom and turn on the light to see her ex-boyfriend laying asleep next to her in his boxers and no shirt. I then had to drive another hour and a half to a family member's house before sleeping the day away. Now I'm sitting here in Wisconsin trying to process all this and have a 12-hour drive back to Kentucky to look forward to. Sorry, this likely reads terribly. I kind of just dumped it all out there and still haven't processed it all yet. TL. Dr. Tifu by driving 13 hours to surprise my now ex after a 20-plus year friendship to find her in bed, asleep next to her physically abusive ex. That's awful. And I really feel for you. One takeaway. One that you will realize one day after it stops hurting so much, is that you found out now rather than later. If you had committed yourself to her and found this afterwards, I think it'd be a lot worse. Heal up. And know it wasn't something you did wrong or could have changed. Some people are just selfish and don't care enough about others. Does she know that you saw them in bed? Get yourself tested for STDs, STIs, and dump the cheater. Sorry bro. That really sucks. Sorry that happened to you. Sorry bud. That's rough. At least there are plenty of bars here in Wisco to help you out. Also, better to have found out now rather than later. I know that doesn't help your feelings right now, but look for those silver linings. Stay strong, yellow heart. Dodged a bullet. You're an accomplished guy with his whole life ahead of him. Don't let her weasel her way back in your life. Cut her off completely and don't look back. That is a seriously tough story, and I know it's hard to take. But do yourself the biggest favor by keeping her blocked, and also do not look back. Brother, you got out. Consider yourself lucky. Who knows how many years of your life you would have wasted around her. Please do not take her back. She might gaslight you. Cry. Tell that she loves you. It was a mistake. It was a decision. Well, cheers from KY here in Frankfurt, I guess? Grimace. Next pour of bourbon I have will toast it to your unknown future wanderer. Holy shit. I guess the consolation prize is that you get to have one of the most serious TIFU posts I've ever read. Anyway, I'm sorry man. This literally sounded like the premise of a rom-com or Hallmark movie or something. Except in those movies, the girl doesn't turn out to be a lying skank who bangs her abusive ex-boyfriend. You lost nothing, stay winning king. TBH, if so many things got in the way of you two being together, I'd have taken it as a sign to look elsewhere, brother. I have to say, if you've known her for 20 years though, I'm very surprised this hasn't come up before or is something new. Speaking on the sleeping with her ex thing. All in all, 20 years is a stretch, buddy. I was 5 when you met her. If she really wanted to make it work, she would have, and she obviously didn't, so all in all you dodged a bullet and now can further reassess your relationship to this woman. On the plus side, it seems this happened when new doors opened for you and life was moving in a positive direction, so it's an excellent time to cut away from old bonds that no longer serve you and explore your new opportunities in the relationship department. Personally, I'm a bad person when it comes to things like this, and I'd just cut communication and disappear, but you might feel the familiar tug on your heartstrings and mind justifying that 20 years of friendship is worth a goodbye. I assure you that's just what they sell you in the movies, and sometime the best goodbyes come from saying nothing at all, ever again, until you meet on the other side. Not a Tifu. That's a win, brother. She is attracted to toxicity. She will have massive regret at losing the good man. Keep aiming higher. You'll survive. You did not fool, you dodged a bullet. You should be happy and grateful. It is better that you learn about it now and not in 5 years and 2 children's letter. Wait, does she know you walked in and saw her with her ex? Or was she asleep the whole time or something? Think of it this way. You spent 26 hours now, but you saved yourself weeks and months and maybe years of being lied to. Your time driving has already paid off. Oof. That hurts. I am a little concerned. Because in my reading of the story, it didn't jump out to me that you two were exclusive. Though, you mentioned breaking up and remaining friends. And you mentioned spending all your time together and talking to each other a lot. Those things can mean exclusivity. But in a long-distance relationship especially, they don't necessarily mean that. I agree with others here. In the end, it doesn't really matter if it was or wasn't, because clearly you thought it was, assumed it was, wanted it to be. And if that is where you were and she wasn't there, then it probably wasn't right. But, unlike others, I'm not about to jump onto this cheating whore train. And also, unlike others, I'm not saying block her, don't give her the headspace, etc. Life is a sum of our experience necessarily. Clearly there were plenty of good, probably some bad top with her. People with all good would probably have made this work long ago. People are complex. My advice: appreciate what she has been to you. Learn from this. And continue to work on you. Chin up. The moment I read the title, I knew what was going to happen. My boss is always saying, when you leave work early, call your wife, GF, that you will be home early. Because you might see what you don't want to see. It's the not knowing that kills you. You know now, so you're free to move on to greener pastures instead of hanging around dead grass.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.